What's going on, guys? Patrick here from PatrickLongRealty.com. And if you are looking for a place that gives you easy access to Honolulu, gives you single family homes for just over a little over $1 million, and also townhomes, I may have a great spot for you. Welcome to Waipahu. When it comes to Waipahu, Waipahu is really broken into a couple different micro neighborhoods. Now you have Waipahu Proper, which is going to be, Mackay side or on the lower side of the H1. Then you have Waipio, Waikele, and Royal Kunia. And each of them offer different things, different types of home, different price points. But the biggest thing when it comes to the Waipahu area and what people really are attracted to is this is a great commuter town. So if you need to get to Honolulu and you don't want to battle that Kapolei or Makakilo or Ewa traffic and still have a suburban lifestyle but not pay Mililani prices, this is a great option for you. Okay, now let's break down every single one of these areas and give you a better idea of kind of the vibe, types of homes, price points, and things of that nature. So let's start with Waipahu Proper. And we're gonna check out a property that's actually pretty stunning out here in Waipahu Proper. Now Waipahu Proper is gonna be on the lower side or on the Mackay side of the H1. Now this is gonna be kind of more of the original homes in all of these 4 different areas. They're gonna be more of the plantation style homes, and the price points are gonna fluctuate anywhere from about $750 to $1.2 million. So if you're working on a budget and you wanna have a single family home with lots of bedrooms, which you'll see a lot out here, is a lot of homes that have been extended out either for families or, ironically enough, we do see a lot of care homes. People have converted them into a business with care homes. So you'll find a lot of that here in Waipahu Proper. We are now in Waipahu Proper, so it's gonna be on the lower side of the freeway. And we are here spotlighting this beautiful property. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, just under 1,900 square feet, listed just under $1.1 million. And you might recognize it as it is a property that you would see on HGTV show Renovation Aloha. So let's check out this beautifully renovated property, renovated from the ground up. Let's check it out. Alrighty, now, one of the first things that you notice right when you step into this home is the different experience you have right when you walk in. First off, from an architectural standpoint, you have this squeeze and release effect. So we walk in, you'll see the rest of the home opens up. But one thing that I really like, and these guys just keep getting better and better with their designs, is they're starting to bring back wallpaper. And this isn't your grandma's wallpaper, it's definitely very unique, but they've done this in a couple different rooms, which really creates a different experience. Let's see the rest of this beautiful home. Now, what I really like, once again, that the architecture that they've worked with this natural footprint is that squeeze and release. So you enter that squeezed wallpaper experience area and it releases into this open concept where we have the living room with pretty much all the upgrades you would need. Updated sliders, updated windows, split ACs, luxury vinyl plank floors, and then it naturally flows into this beautiful kitchen. Now, they definitely did not spare any expense throughout this home, but especially not in the kitchen. As you'll see, they've got the quartz countertops, and I really like the natural design of the wood panels, especially with the gold fixtures, and you have upgraded brand new stainless steel appliances throughout the entire kitchen. Now, when it comes to the layout of this home, I really like the way that they worked, again, with the natural footprint, but made some pretty smart moves with entries and exits. Now, you've got 2 of the bedrooms on the front side of the home. You have an extra bedroom or an office on this side, and you have the master suite, which is a proper master suite that does offer something I've never really seen before. So let's check it out. Now, the bedroom is beautiful, but I did mention that there was a unique feature that they set up in here. Now, of course, these sliding glass doors are stunning, but more importantly, you'll see you have a pretty good size walk-in closet, but this was a really smart move. I'm not sure if this doorway was here before, but this doorway actually opens up to the laundry area. Now, why is this convenient? Well, you imagine you're doing your laundry here. You don't have to go anywhere far. Usually in Hawaii, you have to go outside or to the garage. You can literally do your laundry here, hang it here, take the dirties, put them here. And then on top of it, if you need to share it with the rest of the family, because you obviously do, you can close this off, privatize it, and they have access to the laundry from that side. Now, this 1,900 square foot property is actually sitting on a massive lot. This is a 9,700 square foot lot. So not only do you have this beautiful home that you can live in on the inside, you do have some outdoor space, not only in the front, but also in the backyard. And it is flourishing with a handful of plumeria trees. You also have a ripe and ready to rock and roll mango tree here for you to make any mango salsa, or if you just want some fresh fruit in the morning. Now we're actually in Royal Kunia. So this is gonna be up more on the hill, and depending on where you are in Royal Kunia, you may actually get some Diamond Head or potentially ocean views. Now, what Royal Kunia offers is if you're looking for newer style homes for the Waipahu area, these are homes gonna be built generally in the 2000s. They're generally also gonna have attached garages, which is a huge premium out here in Hawaii. Modern fixtures on the inside, and price-wise, they're usually anywhere between 900 upwards to 1.2, $1.3 million. Now we are in Waipio. Now Waipio does offer a lot of flexibility with the types of homes that you can get. You can also find yourself some townhomes, as you can see right behind me over here. And then just on this side, we have some single family homes. Now, when it comes to single family homes, a lot of them are gonna be built in the 90s. They're gonna be in a lot of cul-de-sacs, which is great for the kids, on smaller lots. And in regards to price points, if you're looking for a townhome, they're generally gonna start at about $450, upwards of $600. And for single family homes, usually about $850 to $1.1 million. Now, additionally, right next to Waipio is one of the newest developments out here known as Koa Ridge. Just down the street, you've got some beautiful brand new homes, beautiful neighborhood. We're gonna make a separate video for that. So if you wanna get more details on that, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we drop videos like that. But with that being said, this is Waipio. Now we are in the heart of Waikele. Now Waikele is gonna be right by the Waikele shopping center as well as the outlets. But when it comes to the homes, price point wise, you're probably looking anywhere between about 1.1 to 1.4 plus for single family homes. And you can find some great townhomes like Champions and another property that we'll go check out soon here for anywhere from about 450 to 600,000. Now, with that being said, these are all developed homes, so they're all gonna have similar style. They're also gonna have an HOA, so you're gonna see that it keeps it pretty nice, especially with the yards and the paint color, and everything's pretty uniform. But with that being said, this is a very desirable area, especially because how close it is to commuting when it comes to going to Honolulu, Mililani, or Pearl City. Now let's talk about things to do out here in Waipahu. Now we are here currently at the Waikele Shopping Center. That's gonna be one of the main things that you can do out here, is you can do some shopping. It's very convenient on a lot of different scenarios. Number one, when it comes to shopping, you've got a Safeway, you've got a Lowe's, you've got all the food trucks over there. If you want to dive into, they've got some great Filipino food, some lechon, if you're looking for that. And then on the other side, they have the outlets. So if you're looking for a good deal, that's a good spot. The second thing that you can do out here is golf. Some of my two favorite golf courses out here, the Waikele golf course as well as Royal Kunia. Little secret, it's probably one of the best deals for the quality golf out here in Oahu, is right here in the Waipahu Central area. Now, other than that, really Waipahu and Waikele and Royal Kunia, all of that, which is all basically in Waipahu, is more of a commuter town. So if you want to explore Hawaii for what it is, this is a great place to find a great priced property, have the conveniences of what you need right here. But generally, commuting to town will be really easy. If you want to commute to the beach, it's not too far. And so those are just a few things that you can do out here in Waipahu. Now let's cover some of the pros and cons of Waipahu while we are at, once again, one of my favorite golf courses, Waikele. Now, pro number one would be it's a great commuter town. This is right in the middle of Oahu. If you need access to Mililani, Pearl City, Honolulu, you want to go to the North Shore, you're right in the middle and you can avoid that Kapolei, Makakilo, Ewa, West Side traffic. The second pro would definitely be affordability. If you're looking for suburban lifestyle but don't want to pay those Kapolei or Mililani prices, Waipahu definitely offers that. Also, if you're looking for a family-oriented place, definitely have some great pockets where you've got wider streets, somewhat smaller streets, but definitely a lot with sidewalks, parks, and again, lots of things to do in the general vicinity. And lastly is having access to major shopping and outlets, as we saw earlier today. Now, what are some of the cons of Waipahu? Well, the first one would be sometimes you'll get street noise or freeway noise depending on where your house is actually located. The second one would be walkability. This is kind of up on a hill depending on what part of Waipahu you're in, and you may or may not be close to easy access to some of those shopping centers that we discussed earlier before. The third con would be kind of a mixed bag, depending once again in which neighborhood you're in, of the size and also the age of the home. And lastly would be HOAs. Now, again, we're gonna see HOAs generally in Waikele, also in parts of Waipio, and lastly, parts of Royal Kunia. And lower or proper Waipahu is generally not gonna have HOAs, but again, it just really depends on where you're at. And HOAs can be great, but they also can be sometimes a pain in the butt. But that pretty much wraps up the cons out here in Waipahu. Okay guys, well, we covered a lot of information, different types of areas in Waipahu, price points, construction types, pros and cons, and things to do out here in Waipahu. So if you guys have any questions about Waipahu or anything when it comes to real estate out here in Hawaii, feel free to reach out to me. I'm Patrick with PatrickOnlineRealty.com, powered by eXp Realty. Hope you have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.